Day 92 of the journey to pro MMA and bodybuilding. This has been the longest break that I've ever taken from this vlog since its founding. It's been what, a week? Close to it, almost a week. I just realized too that if you're not following on Instagram, then you didn't get to see the reason why. I have been miserably sick in this last week with some symptoms that I, quite frankly, have never experienced before. You guys know me. In general, I am the type of person that even when I'm sick, I'll usually go lift, even when I'm under the weather. But for one thing, this one was really bad, and I didn't want to get everyone else sick. That's just etiquette. But also, on top of that, I've never had muscle soreness and skin sensitivity like I had on this sickness. I've never had it this bad before. Wow. It was bad. It was really, really bad. I've also never experienced these levels of exhaustion in a sickness before. I was just as depleted as one could be. I would get, a little over 10 hours of sleep, and I would wake up, I'd move to the couch, and I would just sleep another 3 hours. It was intense. It was bad. But we're over it. I've still got some sniffles. I've still got a cough. So there are, some things that linger. And at least the way my body usually works, those symptoms linger a while after I'm done with the brunt of my sickness. But yeah, so we're up and running again. It is Monday, so we're going to do a push day. We're going to hit chest, shoulders, and triceps. And it's going to be great. I'm going to talk about this now to get it out of the way. I wasn't going to say anything unless it was for sure, but I need to explain to y'all why, even after all of this, I am still not returning to MMA training. It looks like there is about a 90% chance that I'm actually going to be on a reality TV show. It's a competition show on Hulu called 99 to Beat. That's all I'm going to say about that, but just suffice to say, I will be gone filming for several weeks if that is the case. And I will be leaving before too terribly long, again, if I do end up getting on the show. So I would not look to, it would be a bit of a waste of money for me to return for, barely a week before it's time for me to start going places. But we're going to continue getting bag work in, just working on a few basics that I've been needing to develop a little bit. And once I either get the answer that I am not going to be on the show, which seems unlikely, or I get back from the show, that will be when I return to MMA. So yeah, I guess that's everything that I want to say. So let's get to the gym and let's hop into a push day.
It should be hard. minus. Yeah, what the flex fitness. And then do some tune-ups.
Are you serious?
No, we're just the video.
That's hilarious. Oh shit.
What's up? How are you?
All right, well, that first set stopped recording, so we're just gonna run it back, I guess. that's going to wrap it up for day 92. I feel really low energy today. I'm not going to lie. The diet's been tough. I've been keeping the extra 500 off, so I felt lightheaded through a lot of the day, But when you're serious about a cut, you're serious about a cut. And that's just how it works. I'm looking forward to the point when I'm able to do this, just this as my only, real time-constrained pursuit on a daily basis, because having as much time as I have, working, standing, being on my feet, putting more strain on my central nervous system and on my joints, just makes everything a little bit harder. Not to mention being awake since 4, let me tell you, stretching 2,000 calories over a period of time from 4 in the morning to 10 or 11 at night, compared to stretching 2,000 calories from 9 in the morning to 11 or 12 at night, bro, there's a big difference. No matter what, you're always going to be hungry on a cut, obviously. But being awake multiple more hours in a day does not help. So that all was kind of tough. Honestly, I'm thinking there's a decent chance I'm going to just do some drop-in classes at my MMA gym. I sent them an email about the one-on-one training, and man, I don't know what it is about trainers and responding to emails. I don't know if I'm just gonna have to go in person or what, but yeah, there's part of me that almost would rather just do one-on-one training and have that be the only thing I do. I'm not gonna do that, I don't think, but anyway, something I wanted to mention as well, you guys may have noticed that my cable lateral raises looked different today than usual. Usually I have the cable starting down at my feet, but today I had it pretty much up at my sternum. That's different. I did that on the advice of Wesley Vissers in one of his most recent videos. For those of you who don't know, he's the one who won the classic physique division this year at the Arnold. Dude's amazing. Love Wesley. And in one of his videos recently, he talked about how, we've seen that you get the most growth in that movement at the bottom of the rep, not the top. So he said, it's hard to get consistent pressure throughout that exercise, but that putting it at your belly button or your sternum means that the maximum pressure is going to be at the bottom of that contraction, at the bottom of that movement, and it's going to be just entirely on your side delt. So I decided to give that a try ever since I heard about that, and I can confirm it feels drastically different in a very good way. My side delts feel great. Pump analysis, everything feels great. It just feels good to be back, It's funny. Sometimes people, talk about, must be nice to have a break. When you're on vacation, do you lift? Yes. I don't really see it as work. This is my favorite part of the day. The only time it sucks is, honestly, kind of days like today when my energy's just so low. But through the highs and the lows, we continue pushing, and we continue growing little by little. I think that I made good progress today in my footwork, making sure that I am not crossing my feet, and in keeping my guard up, which is, you know, those are both super important things to work on as a fighter. So we continue pushing, we continue working. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 93. We'll be at Old School Barbell for multiple of the rest of this week's vlogs, because we'll be up in Kentucky. And yeah, we're gonna race some cars on Friday, so pretty excited for that. You guys have a good day. I appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe. See ya.